What if Australia's next global gateway isn't found near the Opera House or Bondi Beach, but deep in the western reaches of Sydney? Just 44 kilometers from the city's glittering skyline, a bold new chapter in aviation is taking shape. For decades, Sydney's main airport has struggled with overcrowding, aging infrastructure, and limited room to grow. But now, something entirely different is rising from the ground up. After years of political delays and surging demand, Australia is finally building its first major airport in more than half a century. And this isn't just another runway, it's a visionary reimagining of how a modern nation connects to the world. With 24/7 operations, smart technology, and architecture inspired by the nearby Blue Mountains, this project aims to shift not only how Australians travel, but how Australia competes globally. Today, let's delve into the $20 billion Western Sydney International Airport that is reshaping the future of Australian aviation. Could this be the airport blueprint the rest of the world has been waiting for? Or could it risk becoming one of the country's most expensive missed opportunities? Let's find out. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. Sydney Kingsford Smith Airport, the city's main aviation hub since 1920, is one of the busiest in the Southern Hemisphere, but also among the most constrained. Located just 8 kilometers from the central business district and surrounded by dense suburbs, the airport suffers from limited expansion capacity, strict planning controls, and worsening congestion. A key limitation is the legally enforceable curfew under the Sydney Airport Curfew Act of 1995, which restricts aircraft movements between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. While some emergency aircraft, propeller planes, and limited freight operations are allowed, most passenger flights are strictly prohibited, severely capping overnight capacity in a city with rising global demand. With annual passenger numbers exceeding 44 million before the pandemic, and Sydney's population expected to surpass 6 million by 2030, the strain on infrastructure has become unsustainable. Talks of a second airport date back over 4 decades, driven by surging travel demand, urban sprawl, and the physical limits of Kingsford Smith. Badgerys Creek had been floated as a potential site as early as the 1980s, yet a mix of political indecision, environmental concerns, and local resistance stalled momentum for years. That changed in 2014 when the Australian government formally approved plans for a new airport. Construction began in 2018, and in 2019 it was officially named Western Sydney International Airport. Western Sydney International Airport is one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in Australia's modern history. Located on a 1,780-hectare greenfield site at Badgerys Creek, the airport is being purpose-built to meet growing aviation demand, while transforming Western Sydney into a new economic engine. Phase 1, opening in late 2026, is designed to handle 10 million passengers annually, supported by a 3.7-kilometer Code F runway, capable of accommodating wide-bodied, long-haul aircraft such as the Airbus A380 and Boeing 777X. The runway incorporates multi-layered paving systems, reinforced drainage, and more than 3,000 LED airfield lights for safe, all-weather operation. Meanwhile, the terminal will feature up to 16 contact gates, swing gates for domestic and international flexibility, and scalable infrastructure that can grow to serve over 82 million passengers and handle over 550,000 tons of freight by the 2060s. The terminal's architecture reflects its surroundings, drawing inspiration from the Blue Mountains with sweeping curves, sandstone textures, and open-air elements that promote natural ventilation. Innovation is embedded throughout. From AI-powered baggage systems processing 2,000 bags per hour to Australia's first remote digital air traffic control tower, the airport incorporates cutting-edge aviation technology. Biometric check-ins, contactless journeys, and real-time crowd analytics aim to deliver a seamless passenger experience. Sustainability is central. The airport includes over 8,800 solar panels, rainwater harvesting, native landscaping, and energy-efficient materials, targeting a 5-star Green Star rating. Inclusive design, wide walkways, and smart navigation ensure accessibility for all travelers. A 24/7 cargo precinct will further enhance Sydney's freight capacity, integrated with the M12 motorway and the 23-kilometer Sydney Metro Western Sydney Airport line, creating a fully connected, multimodal transport hub. The full construction cost of the Western Sydney International Airport encompasses far more than the airport alone. The core airport infrastructure, including the terminal, 3.7-kilometer Code F runway, taxiways, aprons, air traffic control systems, and support facilities, is being delivered at an estimated cost of 5.3 billion AUD, fully funded by the Australian federal government. Construction is managed by Western Sydney Airport Company Limited, with completion targeted for late 2026. However, the broader investment required to enable the airport to function as a global transport hub is significantly higher. This includes the 11 billion AUD Sydney Metro Western Sydney Airport Rail Link, jointly funded by the federal and New South Wales governments, and over 4.1 billion AUD in road upgrades through the Western Sydney Infrastructure Plan. Additional public commitments include 2.7 billion AUD from the New South Wales government for local road improvements and 1 billion AUD for the 15th Avenue corridor, split equally between federal and state sources. Private sector involvement is also growing, with UniSuper and ISPT developing a 4 billion AUD logistics hub adjacent to the airport site. Altogether, the total public and private investment in the airport and surrounding infrastructure exceeds 20 billion AUD. Construction of the Western Sydney International Airport continues to advance steadily toward its planned late 2026 opening. Work began in 2018 with one of Australia's largest earth-moving operations, relocating over 25 million cubic meters of soil to prepare the 1,780-hectare site. The 3.7-kilometer runway, capable of handling wide-bodied, long-haul aircraft, has now reached completion with lighting, taxiways, and navigation systems fully installed. The terminal's superstructure was finalized in early 2024, and current efforts are focused on interior fit-outs, including baggage systems, retail areas, mechanical infrastructure, and digital platforms. Construction is being delivered by a consortium of industry leaders: Bechtel, CPB Contractors, Lendlease, and Multiplex, each managing different components. Supporting infrastructure, such as substations, service roads, and utilities, is already in place. Additionally, the cargo precinct and on-site fire station are under construction, while test operations and systems commissioning are underway. These developments are being closely coordinated with key external projects, including the M12 motorway and the Sydney Metro Western Sydney Airport line, ensuring full regional connectivity. With confirmed airline partners, the airport is entering its final construction phase with confidence and momentum. As with any mega project of this scale, Western Sydney International Airport has not been without controversy. Among the most pressing concerns is transport access. While the Sydney Metro Western Sydney Airport line is a flagship infrastructure link, it is not expected to be operational until mid-2027, potentially leaving a connectivity gap during the airport's first year of operations. This has raised questions about passenger convenience and early-stage demand. Environmental issues have also attracted sustained criticism. The airport site sits on land home to some endangered and native species. Although the government has launched biodiversity offset programs, many environmental groups argue these fall short of delivering meaningful conservation. Noise pollution is another concern, with projections estimating up to 84,500 people may be affected by aircraft noise. Additionally, development in the surrounding Aerotropolis region faces financial strain due to high infrastructure fees, which could deter private investment and slow down the intended economic transformation. Designed for 24/7 operations, Western Sydney International enables flexible flight schedules and greater capacity, cementing its role as a vital addition to Australia's aviation landscape. Leading carriers including Qantas, Jetstar, Singapore Airlines, and Air New Zealand have already committed to flying from the airport, with additional international partnerships under negotiation. A dedicated cargo precinct is set to transform freight logistics across the region, enhancing export efficiency and supply chain resilience throughout the Asia-Pacific. Building on smart systems introduced from day one, the airport is poised to redefine passenger convenience and operational efficiency. Delivering fast, contactless journeys through AI-powered baggage handling, biometric check-ins, and remote digital air traffic control. Its intuitive design ensures full accessibility for all travelers, reinforcing a commitment to both innovation and inclusion. Western Sydney International Airport is set to become a cornerstone of Australia's next century of connectivity, growth, and global engagement. Slated to open in late 2026, the airport will deliver 24/7 operations, relieve mounting pressure on Kingsford Smith Airport, and serve as a launchpad for Western Sydney's transformation into a major economic hub. As construction continues to reshape the landscape, anticipation is building across communities and industries, driven by the promise of enhanced mobility, new job opportunities, and integrated infrastructure. With expansion capacity built into its design, the airport is expected to accommodate tens of millions more passengers over the coming decades. With plans for a second runway and expanded terminals, it is engineered to scale alongside rising demand. Its smart, sustainable, and modular infrastructure is already setting global benchmarks in future-ready aviation. It marks a bold shift in how Australia plans, builds, and connects. What are your thoughts on this ambitious megaproject? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.